So, my friends, people do not know that they're born. If, you know, I'm called Phil, right? I've become a bare knuckle fighter. I didn't plan to become a bare knuckle fighter. Now, the first forename that I use is Philip. Philip Anthony, that's the forename. The middle name that I use. And the surname I use is Hartley. Formerly Lestrange, but I had to change that surname by deed poll 2012 because my ex-partner would not allow my daughter to use that surname. So I changed the surname by deed poll. The only surname I'm allowed to use is Hartley, verified by contract, the deed poll. The names that I use were created when I was just a baby and I could only just suckle on my mum's teats. So I had no understanding, no knowledge or consent of them being created. And they were annexed to us via contract, the birth certificate, which is an acknowledgement of a deed that created a person, a corporation. In this case, it's Mr. Philip Anthony Hartley. Mr. Corporate rank, Philip Anthony, oration, surname Corp. That's the corporation. That thing belongs to its creator, the state, the crown, verified by the birth certificate. My mum and dad used the names that were annexed to them via contract and signed an agreement acknowledging a deed. Anything that's registered, the etymology of the word register is to abandon. Anything that's registered to the legal name that I use is, as a matter of fact, crown property, because the name's crown property. So anything registered to the names is crown property. I've been tricked and misled my entire life to claim those names. The name thing is the person, the corporation. The Mr. Philip Anthony oration, speaking for the Hartley Corp. Acting in person creates a corporation. For Mr. Philip Anthony Hartley to exist, for any corporation to exist, the act of incorporation is necessity. So I used to claim that this was my bank card, but as a matter of fact, it's got 3 corporate names on it, signified in dog Latin, which is spurious in nature, to corrupt the Lord's truth, by the way, a conversion of text. Visa, HSBC, and Mr. Hartley. There's 3 corporations on that bank card. If I claim I am Mr. Hartley, I'm claiming I'm the corporation. I'm claiming I'm state-created property. You see what I mean? So they labelled as schizotypal personality disorder. That's what they labelled Mr. Hartley, not myself, sorry. They labelled Mr. Hartley that, I'm stood there, I'm sat there like, I'm asking this shrink, where are you from? And he's saying, I'm from Name. I'm saying, are you really? I mean, I am not from the name Norwich. I'm from a part of the land named Norwich. There's a difference. If I say I am from Norwich, I'm saying I am from Name. When, as a matter of fact, I'm from the womb, same place as every single one listening to this is from. And I was born on part of the land that's been incorporated into the name Norwich, which is a corporation. It's all corporate trust law, my friends. And Mr. Philip Anthony Hartley in all contracts is deemed as a trustee in trust law. Now, I use that name under duress. I never claim it. I never claim the names anymore. I just claim to be a living man. I walk in the truth with the Christ. And I claim to be a living man that uses those names for contract. I used to say I am Philip Hartley. I am that corporation, which is a dead thing. It's got no heartbeat. It's a corp. Oration. If I die, I can no longer perform as the oration for that corp. So this body's then known as a corpse in this legal world. That's a legal word, a legal term. I am just a man lacking corporate status, lacking any legal terminology, 100% natural rights reserved. No harm, no loss, no foul to anyone. As long as I'm roaming this land, causing no harm, loss, foul to anyone, I am committing no crime to anyone. Mr. Philip Anthony Hartley is governed by corporate acts and statutes, corporate contractual man-made Westminster policies, named law. The true law does not need to be written. You just know in here, in the true church of the Christ, you know what energy you're emitting. And woe to anyone that's assisting this lie on purpose. Woe to anyone that knows this knowledge and does not tell the brother and sister about it. I cannot go and get, because corporate law, because legislative acts must sue and be sued by corporate name only, and because the representatives of the NHS cannot create a contract, cannot join a contract to the surname that I use with my consent, because my silence is wanting through lack of ignorance, yeah, I can't get the surgery I need for my injuries. So the Lord's, people say, well, you should just go and say you are Philip Hartley. I say, well, if I do that, I turn my back on the Creator just to get some medical treatment. The Lord will provide and He will heal us. He will. My faith is strong. Faith is natural. Religion is man-made, unnatural. Religion, segregation, separation. We're all from the same altar. We're all from the womb. Every single one of them. Every single one of us is from the divine feminine energy, created with the masculine energy. Without the two, we cannot be one. This is fact. And annexed to us are these legal entities, and that we've been misled since the moment we could learn. We're talking to indoctrination camps, schools, and taught that we're trained to acquiesce to the name. They call out names that are register first thing, and they get, yeah, I'm here, and you just follow suit. We're tricked to believe that as Mum gave us the name, when as Mum just called us something. My mum called me Philip. Out of that, a first name has been created, a first name, which is separate from a calling, because a calling is just the sound wave that you emit from your voice box. When you want my attention, you call out, Philip, that's my calling, my ears hear it, and I respond, yeah? The name only exists on paper, Philip, in text, Phillip, with a capital P for the conversion of the text. The second beast that's spoken of in the book named Revelations is set up in the image of the first. It will infiltrate all languages, and it already has. People already own nothing, and they think they're happy. Everything that people think they own is actually verified by contract, registered to the legal name that they use, rather than their own property. They don't claim it to be theirs, they claim it to be this corporation's, which is crown property, verified by contract, the birth certificate. What I speak is fact, it's knowledge, it's knowing. I know I am not the name I use. I know, as a matter of fact, I can only use a name. I don't own it, because he who creates owns. And he that remains silent when he ought to have spoken and was able to, he is taken to agree. I do not agree. Do you? Because performing in rank, acting in person, is acting along with a shit show, an agreement, without knowing, silently, to all the paedophilia and adrenochrome, all the fucking child harvest, everything going off bad in this realm. Acting along is agreement. Praise be to the Creator.